Good evening and welcome as we look back on the long-awaited return of top-flight football in Scotland, with Ross County and Motherwell completing the fixtures tonight.
Obviously there's restrictions within the hotel and single rooms and not allowed to use the gym and sanitising and what have you, but we're just glad to get football back again and delighted and ready to go. 68th, obviously disappointing start of the season. You know, everyone will have an overriding emotion about the result, and of course that's right, same as myself. Very disappointing result. We had enough chances to win 2 games. You know, with Longy's a great chance first half. We miss a penalty that doesn't hit the target, and Lange has a super chance. He's, you know, got a score. But there was a lot of good stuff. I just thought David Turnbull's first 90 minutes and 70 odd minutes for a long time, very, very good. Sherman Wayne came on very good. Lang looked great until obviously the red card. So there's lots of positives without the result, but you know, ultimately if you don't take your chances, you won't win football matches.
I think it's my 5th season at club. You know, I'm settled, you know, living in the area. The more you play somewhere, the more you get to know who you're working with and stuff, it's always beneficial. That it's not something you see as often in footy nowadays, you know, people staying at a club for a, you know, a prolonged period, even though I've not been here that long, do you know what I mean? But you know, I couldn't fault anything to do with my time here, you know what I mean? I've loved every minute of it, and you know, still, you know, I love coming to work here every day.
Liam, first of all, welcome to Motherwell Football Club. You've come up from Manchester United this morning to sign for the next couple of months. What at Motherwell, are you looking forward to it?
Yeah, definitely looking forward to it. It's no thing for me because I've never been on loan before, and I've been at Man United all my life, so it's good. It's going to be a good experience. I'm looking forwad to it. I was 19 when I first come up. I had no experience at all. First thing football. I just remember coming in and having a look around and that, and it were actually Laz's testimonial. My first game I played in. Obviously coming from playing academy football and, you know, reserve team football, it was a bit of a shock to the system, but you know, when you are first in there, you do feel a bit like a fish out of water, but you soon get used to it. Like your first probably 20, 30, 40 games or whatever, you just learn it game really. That's why I think when young lads come into the team, it's important, you know, that people give them time. It's not easy, you know. It's just like any job, more experience you get, you know, better you become. I do prefer this wing. I don't know why. I've always liked, you know, bombing up and down here. I think it's probably because we usually kick this way at second half, don't we? And I don't know. I feel as though I get a bit stronger at second half, and it's good to have a good laugh with the fans and that in here. So yeah, I do like playing on the swing, but you know, either wing I'm happy on either wing.
Do you get a bit of heat from the fans here?
No, I just have a bit of a laugh with them really. I just have a bit of crack. I think they like it when I put someone over the line. When I first come up here, manager now, we're obviously assistant manager then, and Laz, who's assistant manager now, we're a player, he was captain, so a lot of even backroom staff and people who work around the club, I think that's one of the best things about Motherwell. People, you know, tend to come here and stay here. There's not an nearly got my head blown off. There's not a high turnover of staff, do you know what I mean? So I think that's one of the other things why you can get settled and that, you know, and you get good working relationships with people who are at the club. You know, that's not only on field, off field as well. You know, just every time I've gone out onto the pitch, I just, you know, try and give me all. And I think, you know, as a fan myself, watching football, watching Burnley growing up, you know, that's all you can ask for. If people give 100%, and you know, and then try and add a bit of quality to that as well, then great. But I think, you know, that's what fans want to see when they come to watch, especially in a place like Motherwell. They just want to see lads who, you know, work hard and almost like if a fan were on pitch, that's how they'd play. You know what I mean? Like giving it all and you know, just doing your best for the team. So yeah, that's all I try and do really when I play.
Grimmy, when are we going to get to see you scoring a goal?
I don't know. Hopefully this season. Yeah, I am trying, but I need to try harder.
What are you going to do when it goes in?
I don't know, to be honest. There won't be any pre-planned celebration. I'm not a big fan of celebrations out, so if it's a last-minute goal, I'll probably end up diving in here. But apart from that, Not a lot, probably. You know, last season, obviously it's a bit of a strange one how it ended, but to get third for a club like us is brilliant, really. You know, so yeah, really looking forward to you know, Europe and that, and I just thought we can, you know, have a decent run in it and hopefully get fans back in. I just want to keep trying to improve, really. You know, add a few more, you know, like a bit more attacking play to my game, whether that's assists or goals or whatever. But first things first as a defender is always, you know, to keep a clean sheet, and that's what you pride yourself on, really, getting clean sheets.
This weekend, Motherwell are finally returning back to Fir Park to play a Scottish Premiership fixture against Dundee United. I think it'll be the first game here in 5 months, which for many Motherwell fans is probably the longest they've ever been in their life. So it's with great excitement and great enthusiasm that we're all looking forward to getting back home. It is also tinged with, you know, some element of regret that supporters are unable to get that release and enjoyment that they would normally have here every second Saturday. Bear in mind, we are a fan-owned club, so the very definition of the club is the fans are completely entrenched in everything we do. So if supporters are not on the ground, then obviously it not only is different, but it certainly lacks the soul that I think we've created at this club. And listen, I can massively sympathise and appreciate. I think it were me, I'd probably one of the guys who'd be on the one of the cherry pickers that you seen at Aberdeen at the weekend. I'd be trying to go over the John Hunter stand over there, probably trying to find a way in, or booking one of those flats over by that looks into the stadium. And we don't underestimate as a club just how important a part of people's lives coming to the football with their friends and their family actually is.
Yeah, I've got to put that one in the middle of that.
We're trying to do lots, trying to put as much colour in as we can. We've had great backing from the supporters and the cardboard cutouts. If you look at it from a certain angle, it does look as if it's got loads of fans in it, so that's great, and hopefully the players are inspired by that. We're also inviting everybody who's got flags to bring them in, and we're going to put them over on the John Hunter stand at the far end of the pitch as well, just to bring and try and recreate some of the colour if we can't have any of the noise. We'll utilise the scoreboard a little bit to try and recreate that matchday environment for the players. We've decided to rebrand some of the elements of the John Hunter stand with additional contact numbers for people to get in touch if they need help at dark hour. Paddy Power put in over 1,000 cardboard cutouts that are blank, and that is to represent supporters who are currently missing, to raise awareness and help reunite loved ones with people who are missing. Certain areas will be extremely restricted. For example, areas around the tunnel, on the pitch, round about the trackside areas are deemed the red zone. And it's only a limited amount of people who are allowed in there, only to do specific jobs that relate to the match itself. Our broadcast partners and members of the Scottish press and media are vital. That notwithstanding, they also have got restrictions to work with. The numbers will be limited. The areas that they enter the ground will be changed up. The space in which they have to work together will be slightly different to normal for them.
It's what I've been through. I've promised myself I'm going to take in every atmosphere, every experience from now on.
Rather than coming out the tunnel as per normal, as the guys would normally do, it's a slightly different walk for the away team here. It's a long trudge down the south stand stairs. There's some additional dressing rooms that we are utilising for the away team. It's a more spacious area than the traditional away dressing room. Also, it creates that space between the two sets of bio bubbles, if you like. The theory is that if we can try and keep them apart as often as we can away from those 90 minutes, then that's obviously going to be advantageous. So yeah, Motherwell were up at Ross County on Monday. It was all very different for us. We weren't in the away dressing room, we were over the other side of the pitch, where we're split into 4 separate rooms, and everybody I think gets that we're having to do things that are different to normal in order to play these matches. Yeah, things will be different, things will be a little bit more stringent. In fact, they'll be a lot more stringent than they would normally be, but you know, if everybody works together, we'll get through it, and then hopefully as this virus eases up in Scotland and we get back to some degree of normality, we can get back to the old norm as opposed to the new one.
Number 8 is David Turnbull, 11 is Jake Hasty, 16 Davis McGarvey, and 17 Sherwin Seedorf, 31 is the captain this afternoon, Declan Gallagher.
Lots of possession again, no end product. A little bit of naivety again from a young side. Need to learn how to win the game ugly, need to be a little bit more streetwise. We have to have the perfect goal at the minute, it has to be the perfect play. The bottom 2/3 of the pitch, very good, we dominate the game. But there has to be a realism that you score goals when you put the ball into the box. We know we need to be more ruthless. You know, as I say, with some very good play up until the last third of the pitch. It's the one that wins you and loses you games, both 18-yard boxes, and we're not doing enough in there at the moment. And as I say, not being streetwise enough in them areas. I believe there's people who can play a heck of a lot better than what they're playing and contribute a lot more. That hopefully will come with game time and minutes as we progress this season.